What's up, family? Welcome back to the MIG Wealth Academy. We are here with another video. This is, to me, probably one of the most crucial videos when it comes to day trading. Well, for me at least, is the setup. It's setting your plays up, but the breakout and the retest. Most traders get caught up on a breakout, which is a very crucial part of trading, but the retest is the confirmation to allow you to have the confidence to hop in that trade going in that bullish or that bearish direction. All right, so for me to get that setup, first we want to look at our higher time frames. We want to start always at our daily or our 4 hour. For me, 4 hour if you're doing like maybe intraday trade or you're scalping. So 4 hour. So right here we looking at US 30. If y'all don't know, we're looking at US 30. This was our previous resistance zone for US 30, right? And if you don't know anything and haven't learned yet, our resistance can become our support, vice versa, our support can become our resistance. So in this case right here, we had something that was resisting, right? Resistance turned into support for the upside. So right here, we see that support. So identifying that, we identified our support and resistance on the top, on the higher time frame. Most recently, this would be another resistance area right here because we got that heavy wick on that 4 hour time frame. So we create that right here, boom. So the main thing I'm looking for when I'm creating or trying to find breakouts, and when I'm looking for breakouts and retests, I'm looking for market opens. 9:30 New York session. Well, 3:30 London session. That's where the day starts off. 6 p.m. Asia session and 9:30 New York session. So you want to identify these, right? So you got a couple of different ways to do that. You want to find your opening range, right? So you could do a couple things. You can find your hour opening range. You can find your 15-minute open range. You can find a 5-minute opening range. So it just depends on that person. For me, particularly, what works best for me is that first 5 to 15 minutes of when the market opens. That will tell you a lot. That will tell you a good deal. That usually tells you everything you need to know for that session, pretty much. So right here, we identified our support and resistance on a higher time frame. If you want to go extra, we could do the trend line, right? So I'll do the trend line for y'all right here. Boom. Identify trend line. We got about 3 touches right here. Boom, boom, boom. That's our trend line. 4 hour. That's cool. So we already know we got a bullish trend, right? So we're gonna drop down to like our 30. We're gonna drop down to our 5-minute. Look at everything. So right now this is a move that passed. So we're gonna just look from here to here, from 9:30, right? So from 9:30, this is before these moves were made, right? First thing I'm looking for at 9:30 opening range. I'm gonna let the first 5 minutes go. Off the first 3 minutes, I could tell which direction the market wants to go, right? So based off these 3 stacking candles, 9:30, 9:31, and 9:32, 9:33. These candles right here, the way they're stacking on top of each other, and none of them are closing below each other, it already tells me this is gonna be an upward bullish market, right? So the first 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as we see, touch here and here. So now we created an opening range for that 5 minutes, right? But even past the 5-minute opening range, this became the 15-minute opening range, because for the next 15 minutes, it stays between this range. So now once we identified our opening range, now what I'm looking for is confirmation, right? So this is a point where people look for that breakout. Most traders looking for that breakout. And you will find it, right? So now we're just we're just reacting now. Now this is where trading gets a little bit simple. Once you know how to draw up the charts and identify the trends, identify the support and resistance, this is where it gets easy. You got your opening range, 15-minute opening range. Now we're looking for a breakout. And if you're scalping, you're looking at the 1-minute time frame. I go even as low as looking at the 15-second. But if you're scalping, which is quicker in and out trades, you're looking at the 1 minute. But anytime you're looking to get in the entry, whether for scalping, intraday trading on swing, you want to look at them smaller time frames to get the best sniper entry. You want to get the best entry you possibly can, right? So after I seen this opening range, I seen something here that allowed me to know that this is a good play just off rip. It came back down. So after it came here, it came back down, didn't break out this range right here. This supported this. This became a support right here. So right here was the perfect time to enter this play on the upward side, right? Now say if cool, you like, all right, I don't like that confirmation, right? Because for me, a wick out of that opening range allows me to know that, okay, cool. Vice versa, if it did this, right, came here, came down, and it wicked here, like it did here, it closed above this opening range, but then now if it came back down, we would know, okay, it's selling, right? But what it did is supported down at this bottom. This is a perfect time to enter. Anytime that you at the bottom of this, good time to enter, especially when you see that resistance or that support that you want to see. Hop in for the trade, and as we see, you went to the upside. Now say you don't want to hop in there. Cool, you don't gotta hop in there. Next confirmation I see is we have a break above this range, which was here, right? And it closed above this range, right? Same thing here. The next one opened above this range and it wigged back down into it. So now once we have these 1, 2, 3, 4 closings above this opening range, this is already telling me that this is a confirmation that we broke out. So even though it didn't engulf, this is not a strong engulfing that I would like to see usually, but it broke above that range. Once it broke above that range, this is a good entry zone. Perfect entry zone. That next candle, especially once you see it pulling back a little bit, that would have been a perfect entry. And what we got a good, nice, probably at least a good 1 to 3 going up for sure. Let's see what that is. We want to see what that is. That's good, like low. Depending on what you're doing, right? Boom. We're gonna measure and see, right? Boom, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, bang. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Boom, bang. And then so once we enter this trade, we will set it up just like this. This would be that the bottom of this, a little bit below it, would be my stop loss. And we would have here, look at that, nice 1 to 4. Easy 1 to 4. Easy 1 to 4 up here. So I could take a 1 to 3. So from there, I would take a 1 to 3. 1 to 3 hit, easy. Easy 1 to 3 hit. So that's a solid 1 to 3 right there. Look at that. Clean trade. So that's after you got the breakout. So the retest would be this. Even though it was quick, it was on a 1 minute time frame right here. This was the retest. So this was the breakout, and this was that red candle was the retest, right? If you look on the 15-second time frame, which is where I like to enter anyway, I like to enter trades on the 15-minute time frame, 15-second, I mean. We're gonna probably notice, you're gonna see a breakout in the retest. Beautiful, look at this. And that's why I use a 15-second. Because you wouldn't see this on a 1 minute. On a 1 minute time frame, you just seen a little pullback candle. But on the 15-second, look at this. 1, 2, 3, breakout, close above this, comes back. This is that retest. This is that retest. This is a good time to enter that trade right here, right? But say you don't want to do that. It comes back and then gives you another confirmation of support with a higher high. I mean, with a higher low, right? Making that W. You like to see the W for the wins. You feel me? So right there, W for the win. Boom, takes off. Easy 1 to 4. Easy 1 to 4, 1 to 3. All right, so that was a good play, good play for that market, right? And this is where I'm gonna show y'all something later where y'all could double up. So like after I came out of here, boom. Because once we hit that 1 to 3 area, and once I'm in this resistance zone, right? And I only know it's a resistance zone now, right? Once I see pullback. Once I start to see this pullback, all right, I know this is resistance up here. Cool. Take that play. At some point right here, I'm trailing my stop loss and I'm getting out of here. Once I see a breakthrough from this, once it broke that previous low, or that higher low, that's the end of that play for me. So I would have took that around the 1 to 3 area and I would have got out around here profitable, right? So we had a similar move like that on NAS 100. But this is the breakout and retest strategy. This is what I use to make the bag. This is what I use to simplify my trading. As you see, I'm on a 15-second. So like I said, on a 1 minute time frame, you don't really see that retest. You do see it, but you don't, right? So right here, we had the breakout. This is the breakout. It broke and closed above this. So anything like that, we want to hop in that. That's a buy right here. Then it came a retest. This is a good time to hop in, and then we took off. But even before that, like I told you, this was the first confirmation. It came down to my support down here, and it didn't pass. 1, 2, 3, right? And then after that, started building higher highs. So even after it passed this right here and it engulfed that, that was a good time for me to enter that trade and take off. But yeah, this is the breakout and retest strategy. Use this. This would be useful if you decide to tap into trading. I know this would be beneficial to y'all. But if y'all want to see me do it live, tap into the free Discord. I will be having more videos coming soon showing y'all to do this in real time and live. Like I said, we caught a similar play with this earlier on Nas 100. Let me show y'all that. Just so y'all can see that it didn't, well, you know, it's not live in full effect, but you can see that, you know, where I entered the trades and such like that. So for this one, I got in this trade early, right? So after 3:30, I got in here because I already seen a breakout of this area and kind of a retest. So I got in here and I got in another trade right here. So we took that all the way up here. And then 9:30 came, did the similar move, right? Broke out on a 1 minute time frame. It broke and closed. But the good thing on Nas that we see an engulfing. You see how it engulfed? That opening range, it engulfed it. So that's a great confirmation for me. Now I came back down here, I would enter the trade right here. But similarly, like I told you, once I see a support come down here, that's when I enter the trade, and that's when I did that. I came and seen support down here, I entered. That's what that green arrow is. I entered the trade right here, and I rode that wave all the way up to TP. So this was a good 1 to 8 ratio. So that was good. That was a good play right there. That was good money. That was good money. But yeah, I see it right here, live action. You got the break, retest, hop in the trade, and then even past that, right? Come back, we get another retest at that area. So even if you didn't hop in there, we come and we like, all right, cool, I want to wait. It comes off of there and it comes back and retests, take off. Easy play. You put your stop loss down here at the bottom of that opening range, a little bit behind it, and make your money. But yeah, so stay tuned. Appreciate everybody watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share to anybody that you think this would be useful. And stay tuned. Peace and love. Make it great. You did.